Hello everyone, welcome you all to Eternal IAS. And in today's lecture, we are going to cover another 5 set of MCQs. As you all know, we are covering each and every day 5 MCQs. And all of these 5 MCQs are inspired from the current affairs section only. So if you are well aware, well versed with the current affairs section, you will be well aware, well versed with all these concepts also. So today we are going to cover these 5 topics, which is Financial Stability and Development Council. Second is Dosti. Third is Quasar. Then I Soon Leak, and then Deemed Forest. All of these 5 topics have been taken from the current affairs section. So the UPSC can ask any of the current affairs mixed, like the static portion also from these topics. So that's why I am discussing these 5 topics here. So let us start with these 5 very much important topics from the current affairs point of view. Let us everyone start these. Question number 1 says, as it was in news because of this, FSDC scanner, unauthorized online lending apps are high on Financial Stability Development Council, which is being chaired by Honorable Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the Finance Minister of India. And that's why this topic was in news. So I took some questions regarding the topic of Financial Stability and Development Council. Very, very important. Very, very important. So the question for is that this complete financial Stability and Development Council. What exactly is the role of this council? So, this complete council is headed by the Finance Minister of India. It is not headed by the Governor of RBI. This statement is wrong. It is headed by the Finance Minister, as you can see from the picture as well. You can see Financial Stability and Development Council chaired by Finance Minister. So that's how you can say that this is being chaired by the Finance Minister. Got my point? So next question. Its member includes the heads of financial sector regulators, and no funds are separately allocated to the council for undertaking its activities. So see this complete FSDC. It has been set up by the government in 2010, right? So it has been set up much before than the Niti Aayog was even set up, and the chairman is Finance Minister. And this complete council is going to act as a coordination agency between the various financial sector regulators like SEBI, RBI, IRDA. So this complete organization is going to manage or regulate the financial sector like a coordinator. So it includes members from the heads of different coordinators, right? So second statement written here is correct. So Financial Stability and Development Council, it is like that, and it is not a statutory body because this body is nowhere written in constitution. Okay, and it is also not established by the parliament. Okay, it has been established by the government only, not by parliament. That's why it is a non-statutory body. If it has been established by the government, it would have been the statutory body. So listen, if it would have been established by the parliament, it would be the statutory body. And if it has not been established by the parliament, it is a non-statutory body. Right? And the third statement is also correct. No funds are separately allocated to the council for undertaking its activities. Right? And its members include the heads of financial regulators like SEBI, RBI, IRDA, Department of Economic Affairs, and they can also invite the experts to the meeting if it is required. So that's how this works. Financial Stability and Development Council. Very, very important. You can read from here. Recently, the meeting has been conducted on 21st of February in the Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi, hall number 1. Right? So that's why this topic was in news currently. So I thought of making question from this topic, and that's what the questions are. And it's a request to all of you to make sure that you are learning these concepts. You are learning all the points written down here, and make sure you are doing it properly. Okay, do not miss any kind of information which I'm telling here. Whatever, whether it's the name of the, like anything, like if I'm telling anything regarding this, do learn these. Moving on to another exercise, that is Dosti 16. What is the name of the exercise? Dosti 16. So what exactly this exercise is all about? Dosti 16 exercise, it has been scheduled in February 22 to February 25. And this exercise, do you really think? The first question, the first statement which says this exercise involves India, Sri Lanka, and China. You really think that India, Sri Lanka is okay, but you really think China is involved in this exercise? No. So China is not here, Maldives is here. So it involves India, Sri Lanka, and China. Those the 16 exercise. It is a trilateral exercise which is being held in Maldives only. Where it is held? Maldives only. In present. Okay. So now this year, Bangladesh has also joined, but as an observer country. Bangladesh has joined as an observer country, right? Maldives Defense Force warmly welcomed the ships and personals from the India and Sri Lanka, so that new military diplomacy and alliance building can happen with the Maldives, India, and Sri Lanka, right? So essence of exercise Dosti is basically to make sure and see and make sure and like collectively preparing people and the forces for the piracy, smuggling, environmental disasters type of thing. This exercise has its origin in 1991, and now it was between India and Sri Lanka. Sorry, India and Maldives. Then Sri Lanka was added in 2012, and it aims to explore regional security dynamics and the role of strategic partnership in the Indian Ocean. So second statement is also correct. You can read it from here. Trilateral exercise Dosti 16 kicks off in Maldives with Chinese research vessel nearby, because Chinese research vessel is also running around in nearby, and still we are having this Coast Guard exercise between these three countries, India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives, right? Started in 1991. Then Sri Lanka joined in 2012. And lastly, Dosti 16 has been conducted in 2021. And this exercise is focusing to to provide assistance in the sea accidents, eliminating the sea pollution, oil spills, right? So this is all what you know to have about. Okay. Moving on to the third question, which is all about the quasar. Recently, this word quasar has been seen. Now, what is the meaning? What is this all about? It is the brightest known objects in the universe, which is 100 times more luminous than our entire Milky Way. So it is you can say, let me make you see the picture. See, brightest objects in the universe is a quasar that can eat a one sun per day. It is so much of, like you can say, what you can say, like you can say, this is the most brightest object you can see. So you can see that this object is so much having a so much of luminosity. So that's how this topic was recently new. So I thought of having this question to you about the quasars. So it is not a noble mineral. It is not an invasive seed. Not it is not a patrolling vessel. It is an active galactic nucleus, which is around very luminous object in the galaxies. Right. It is located in the supermassive black holes, and it is larger than our solar system. Okay, so this is all what you have to remember about the quasar recently in news. Moving on to the fourth question, it is about the I soon leak, which was in news recently. I soon leak. I soon leak is China's massive cyber leak. Okay, so this is the, now it is not a poisonous gas, so this is wrong. It is not a poisonous gas in Sudan. It is not a spill in Trinidad and Tobago. It is not a methane leak. It is a massive leak of documents from a Chinese cyber security vendor. Data from the Chinese security iSoon has been leaked. So that's why this leaked data has been like was in news. So I thought of telling you about this iSoon leak. Massive data. Okay, so this is just a simple question, not very much you have to learn about this. This is just a simple question of information you must know about this, because around 190 megabytes of information from a Chinese company was recently posted and shared on a platform known as GitHub. Okay, so this was the, like, China's is a larger surveillance, but still large amount of data has been leaked online. Okay, I soon leak you can see here. Next is last question about the deemed forest. This was in news because deemed forest has been assessed recently. So let us see what exactly deemed forests are known as and why they are in news and what we have to learn about the deemed forests. Okay, so you can read the statements. Deemed forests are basically those forests which are not formally classified as forests by the central government in their official records. Okay, so these are not being said as the conservatory forests. Okay, so this is the definition given by the deemed forest. And these deemed forests are always in limelight in some or the other way. Like they are looking to be a forest, but they're not existing in the record. In India, deemed forests are about only 1% of the total forest land. And Supreme Court in 1996 said that government should recognize and identify and categorize the deemed forests. Okay, so this is about the deemed forest. And under the Forest Conservation of 1980, this has been defined, and state government has the power to do whatever they can do in that thing. So state government has the power to do all these things. Both the statements written are totally correct, and there are so many deemed forests in Karnataka. Karnataka has announced that they are having 9.94 lakh hectares of land as a deemed forest. And they are saying that we are going to hand it over to the revenue authorities because they are not being classified presently, right? But the definition is not clear. This is the definition which has been given by Supreme Court, but still the definition is not clear. So these are the facts which you have to remember about the deemed forest. I hope I am clear to you all with these facts. So these are the things which you have to remember, and these are the important points which you must know and you must learn. So thank you everyone for listening to the lecture. Meet you all in the next lecture with another set of 5 questions. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you. Jai Hind.